rolled up pieces of old cigars. I tell myself, I'm going to look at those things, and mentally, I'm not going to see a donut. I'm going to see an ugly old cigar, and putting that in my mouth is going to taste as nasty as chewing on an old cigar.
I won't be eating donuts tomorrow.
It never works. It never works. It works maybe till about 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. For some reason, all of a sudden, that nasty cigar looks like a donut.
Yeah.
We have a friend on the phone who we've never met. David Foreman is our friend. He's in the same business as we are. He's a radio host. He's also a pharmacist. He's the herbal pharmacist. Mm-hmm. He's the host of his own show called The Herbal Pharmacist. You're probably familiar with David from his own show and maybe from his appearances on our show. He's close enough he could come into the studio once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm doing that on purpose. He would love our new studio. We've got a new beautiful studio. Anyway, managing the munchies is his topic today. Good morning, David. How you doing?
Great. Well, it'd be hard for me to make it in the studio today because I'm in Anaheim, California today. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, never mind then. That's what I forgot. You're all over the place.
Yeah, and the other thing is, you're cracking me up with the donut thing, and of course our topic today of managing the munchies. I thought, wow, somebody could use some of my advice right now.
Yes, well, tomorrow. So it'll still be fresh in my mind when I wake up in the morning.
Right on. Well, I've got some really cool tips. I mean, I think everybody's kind of tired of hearing about weight loss and, working out and dieting and all that stuff. So a lot of people that have problems with that, it's because we get cravings or munchies, whatever you want to call them. So I came up with 4 things that you can do to help kind of curb those cravings as they come about.
All right, I'm all ears. What do we do?
All right. Let's start with your donuts. Is that cool with you? I'm going to go out of order on my normal thing here. And,
yeah.
Donuts are what? They're high in sugar,
right,
and they're high in starchy foods.
Right. Very bad.
Starches convert to sugar real easy anyway. There's a bean we've talked about before, white kidney beans, in regards to weight loss. Well, they've now shown that the same white kidney bean extract called phase 2 also can block or decrease your cravings for sugary food.
Really?
So not only are you getting, so when you take phase 2, normally, all right, so who takes phase 2? People that have trouble with weight and they consume a lot of starchy foods because phase 2 blocks starches from being broken down into sugar. Once that happens, you end up gaining weight, and it's just a big cascade to not being a happy person. So, but the cool thing is a recent study that was just published showed that not only did it help people with weight loss, but it also helped curb your cravings for sugary food. So if you're one of those people like most, look at getting to phase 2. It's really easy to find. That's the name of the ingredient. Go to your local pharmacy, health food store, or whatever, and look for that.
Okay. And what is it, a pill?
So, yeah, they're capsules. You can take a couple of capsules right before a meal. It blocks up to 65% of the calorie effect of the starchy foods. So, you just take it right before the meals. And if you take it on a regular basis, it will help curb your craving for those sweets that a lot of us.
Okay, all right. So I'll try it. So, I gotta look for. Is there we broadcast from the mall? I don't know if you know that or not. Do we have a store in the mall that sells that, Robin?
We'll have to look. We used to, but I'm not sure if it's still here.
All right, we'll go look.
I know that GNC carries it. I know Vitamin Shop carries it. You can often find it at Walmart. I mean, it's not like it's a hard thing to find necessarily, but it's called phase 2. Some people call it a carb controller or a starch blocker, but phase 2 is the actual name of the ingredient you're looking for. And you've actually seen it working for people? Oh, yeah, actually, not just me, but there's a study published in a journal called Obesity, and, they just finished an extensive study with it, not only showing it helped with weight loss, but it also helped in weight loss maintenance. So people that lose weight, it can be part of a maintenance program, and now they show that it helps with sugar. So, yeah, it's scientifically backed. It's not rolling out of my mouth. It's something that, backed up by legitimate science. Now, would this also stop my cravings for things that are salty, like potato chips? No. No, okay. No, not necessarily. For salty foods, or people that just crave that, a lot of times I believe that's a weakness in your adrenals. Adrenals are, they kind of take a beating. They're a gland in your body that produces different hormones and neurotransmitters. And if you crave salty foods like I do, some people have a lot of stress. And for those people, I recommend using things like licorice root or actually eating celery is a good thing to do, believe it or not. But I guess we all have our different cravings. Right?
Do you salt the celery? Is it okay to put salt on it?
Aren't you a smarty pants? And no peanut butter either. Okay? Peanut butter's really high in salt as well. So
is it really?
But yeah, another thing though, like just for general cravings, whatever it is, munchies. There's a lot of science behind consuming nuts, primarily almonds and walnuts. And I don't recommend buying the dry roasted with seasoning on them. Really, you need to get raw almonds or raw walnuts. But the benefit of those is they kind of give you that full feeling, so you're less likely to get those cravings throughout the day. And for anybody that's looking at losing weight, they found that just eating a handful of almonds every day, after 6 months of doing that, you'll lose about 18% on average of your body fat.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't. And that's out of a journal. That was a published article in the International Journal of Obesity. Found that out, and again, it's just we're talking about a handful.
Right.
What's that? A couple ounces of almonds every day. The average person lost 18% of their body fat.
Wow.
Not weight, but body fat.
Wow.
That's what,
wow.
I don't know about you guys, but like I just don't want to look fat.
Eat nuts.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to get some nuts.
The number on the scale doesn't matter. It's the look in the pants, right?
Exactly. It's how you feel in your clothes, right?
One of the things I do to avoid the munchies is I don't buy them. And if I'm in
it's hard for me.
Yeah, it's very hard. If I buy them, if I have a half gallon of ice cream in my refrigerator, for example, which I have right now, it's calling my name at 2 a.m, and I wake up at 3.
Well, you know what, Larry? Honestly, I'm the same way with potato chips or any chip. It doesn't have to be potato. And so we have a policy at my house. We don't keep that stuff in the house. If we want it, we have to go out to get it. And I think your tip is a really good thing, because if it's 9:30 at night and you're already in your comfy clothes watching TV, you're a lot less likely to get redressed, drive to the grocery store or convenience store to buy that stuff and bring it back home.
Right.
I think you might have had the best tip today.
So I have a question for you. Michelle Obama, the First Lady, was on Jimmy Fallon's show, one of the first Tonight shows that he hosted, and with Will Ferrell, by the way. And Will Ferrell and Jimmy Fallon were dressed up like women, and Michelle was there, and they were eating potato chips, and she said, no, here's a healthier alternative, and she had kale chips.
Those are actually quite delicious, I must say.
Are they? I mean, is it a good alternative though?
Well, they're cooked. So anytime you cook anything, you raise the heat on it, you destroy a lot of the nutritional benefits from it. But yeah, I would have to say that kale chips are definitely a healthier alternative than potato chips or corn chips. Those types of foods really break down into sugar quickly. That's why I was talking about phase 2 earlier. Whereas kale's not going to break down into sugar, and your body will then either use that for energy or fat. But kale chips are definitely a better alternative if you're feeling like you need that salty snack.
And so the message we take from your visit today is to go get this phase 2 thing, or the white kidney bean extract, right?
Right. Yeah, there's one more I'll throw out at you, because a lot of people crave chocolate. Robin, you probably have more women are this way, so I'm picking on you
I
now.
do. I had a candy bar on the way in this morning.
70% of women have an issue with chocolate, and by using what I call aromatherapy, inhaling or smelling jasmine, the scent of jasmine, will reduce your cravings almost immediately. So you can go out to your local health food store, I did it the other day, and buy just a little glass, almost vial of jasmine. And ladies, you can keep it in your purse. Guys, you can keep it in your pocket. Just sniff it. Or if you really have a problem throughout the day, I would recommend getting like a jasmine candle and burn that.
Oh, I'm going to get one now. I am. I burn candles, so jasmine will be head.
I get to see it now. You're like, Larry, you got the rest of the show. I'm heading out.
That's right.
No, see,
I'm bringing back nuts.
See, I'm always a latecomer to movies, and I recently watched Blue Jasmine, the movie by Woody Allen.
Yeah.
And Kate Blanchett is Blue Jasmine. Mm-hmm. So if we ever happen to be near her, I have an excuse to sniff her. I'll say, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be good for me.
There you go.
It's
David
supposed
Foreman
to be
said so.
Good. Yeah, David said so. Blame it on him. He's in Anaheim.
Yeah, if she can catch me, that's okay. I'll be okay with it, actually.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind her catching you, I don't think. All right, well, you're always fun. So when are you coming back to Florida?
I'll be home on Monday night, late Monday. I'm actually headed to San Diego today to do 5 TV segments over the next 2 days, and then I go to Sacramento for another TV gig, and then I fly home. So it's a busy week for the herbal pharmacist.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
Wonderful.
Seems like you're always out there. You're bi-coastal. Is that a psychological condition?
I would have to tell you that my family probably thinks it is a psychological condition.
So let me.
I love you guys. Really, I seriously love you guys. And you guys have a great program, and I'm so blessed to be a part of it periodically. Thank you very much for letting me do this.
David, when I saw your name on the list, I knew it was going to be a fun segment. So your website is herbalpharmacist.com.
You got me.
And any of that information that you just gave, is it on the website?
Yeah, it should be on my website.
Okay.
It should be on. Oh, by the way, one more thing, real quick, before we go. I know you guys have a timeline. Sleep. You got to make sure you get your sleep, everybody. People that get 6 hours or less have a much harder problem staying away from those bad foods.
Sniff jasmine and sleep. Okay, I'm going to remember that.
That's right.
See if I can work them together somehow. I don't think her husband would like that, though. Dave,
I have nothing to say.
well, you're in Anaheim. You could bump into her. Well, no, she's from Australia, isn't she?
Yeah.
I was thinking that as you were talking about it.
David, thank you again. Be careful out there, and
all right, cool.
someday come and broadcast from the studios.
I promise I will.
All
That would
right.
be awesome. You guys have a blessed day. All right. Take
Thank you,
care.
David. We'll take a break.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast AgNet, the kudzu bug, first detected in 8 northeast Georgia counties back in 2009, has now spread to encompass pretty much the entire southeast growing region for soybeans and beyond. An extension entomologist with Clemson University, Jeremy Green, explains how the bug is different from other pests.
This insect